Hi, beautiful people. This is Kayla, and I am very sorry that I'm not able to come into Colombia tonight for the open translation. Yep. Basically, I am right now in Brazil, and what happened was, okay, even you're not Brazilian, if you are flying from Brazil into Colombia, taking any flight, you would need this vaccination certificate. So, yeah. So I will need to take another flight to go to another country to fly into Colombia. How does it get any better than this? Yeah, don't worry. The trauma and drama is over. Sorry for my eyes. Maybe, I had some tears earlier about this whole situation. Anyway. Yeah, so I am in my friend's house at the moment to wait for my flight that will take off in about my next flight that will go to another country in about 10 hours. How does it get any better? And I am sure the translators here will do a very good job in doing this, when translating this recorded video. So I am doing this open with you guys here in Brazil, pre-recorded. The good thing about energy is it trespasses, so it passes through and it transmits through all time and space. So time and location really isn't a matter or a problem in this case. Excuse me. Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this pre-recorded, this open in advance, and I am very honored to be seeing you guys here online instead of in person. Whether you are in Colombia, whether you are in Bogota, other places, or maybe you're in Ecuador or Venezuela, I have no idea. But welcome, my Spanish-speaking chicos y chicas. So, well, one of the things that I always ask, okay, to anyone is that, is I would say if there's anything you can get out of this, what would it be? Would it be, some people would tell me they want more ease in their life. So ease, lightness, expansion. Some people would also go for relationship. There could also be, more like health, for example, is one thing a lot of people ask for. Money is a big one, right? That a lot of people are always asking for. What else? Yep. So, everything that doesn't allow that, can we destroy it and create please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pon pock, all nine shirts, boys and beyonds. So, yes, the Spanish version of the clearing statement. So for all of you guys who are not familiar with the clearing statement, it is a fundamental tool in Access. And, Well, maybe the translators can help in, explaining what the clearing statement is. There's right and wrong, okay? Which takes care of, basically we ask a question, okay? We ask a question, and a question brings up, a certain energy to it. And that energy, we are using the clearing statement to destroy and then create everything that is associated with that energy. All right. For example, if we want to ask you, so, for example, money, okay? And translators, if I'm like speaking before you finish translating, please feel free to pause me, okay? Cool. So, yeah, so for example, money. I will ask you a simple question of what do you love so much about not having money? And when I ask this question, an energy of like, what do you love so much about not having money? Or, there's sort of struggle energy, or maybe the reaction and resistance all comes up. And then there we're going to use the clearing statement, which serves sort of like a cosmic vacuum that sucks away and destroys, okay, like bam, okay, bombs all the unwanted or undesired energy away. All right, like what's right and what's well, what's right and what's wrong about not having money, what's good and what's bad about not having it. POD stands for point of creation and point of destruction. So everywhere that you're using this not having money thing, okay, like to destroy your life, and everywhere that you're creating that in your life. And then all nine layers of it, of all the different sort of things that is keeping that in place. Shorts, all there's a short form of like everything. Boys is basically like all the nucleated spheres. So it's like a bubble that, like that makes it hard to really clear something because there's always layer upon layer of it. And lastly, beyonds, okay, is where you felt really like, every time when this energy comes up, you make yourself, it takes you out of action and puts you into reaction, and you felt totally helpless, powerless, and you cannot do anything about it. That's basically what beyonds is. All right. So, what would you like? Okay, so you guys can pause me anytime, translators. Sorry, I know I'm just getting cozy on a bed because I've had a really interesting morning at the airport. Okay, cool. So everything that doesn't allow you guys to have the ease, joy, and glory you could be choosing, if you're willing to choose it, would you destroy and create all of it, please? Thank you. Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, pock, all nine shirts, boys and beyonds. So remember in Access, we always talk about, the mantra being all of life comes to me or comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. All right. So I'm going to say this one more time. All of life comes to us or me with ease, joy, and glory. Let's say it 10 times, all right, together. So all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Third time already, right? All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. You guys do the rest. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. 6 times. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Yeah. And it's a brilliant thing to say whenever, you feel stuck in the trauma and drama of this reality, when things are not really going well, and and it's supposed to activate something in you where you can finally break out and wake up from being subject to the human reality where everything doesn't work, where everything is about the wrongness of you, where you have to do everything right, otherwise you're going to be wrong. Or maybe, it takes you out of the place where you think that you're only right when you are wrong. Do this mantra 10 times in the morning and 10 times at night. And just do it for even 1 week and really notice the difference it creates in your world. Yes, would you be willing to do that? Would you guys be willing to choose ease, joy, and glory finally after a trillion years of suffering? Are you sure? Or do you really still want to be in your suffering, in the trauma and drama, and all the misery and disappointment and all the sadness and anger of this reality? I thought you liked all of that more, right? So everything that brought up a letdown and everything that stops you to choose ease, joy, and glory, even, that includes your own stupidity. Would you now destroy and create all of it, please? Yes? See? No? See? No? Okay, cool. Right, rugged and bed pump, puck all nine shirts, boys and beyonds. Cool. And so, there are so many things that we can cover today. And I would say, in particular, we're going to talk a little bit more about relationships in this reality for tonight. Because this is one thing that seems to be, that a lot of people seems to not be able to get over with. And when I say, well, you guys can pause me anytime, translators. And when you say, when I say seems to be something that people cannot get over with, okay? What I'm trying to say is people seem to have lots of fixed points of views about how relationships are done, how they should look like, how they should be like, how you should function in one, how you must have one, because if you don't have it, you're going to become a loser in life, or you're going to be outcasted by your friends, or maybe you need to do relationship as a way to belong. And also the maintenance of relationships. It's like a lot of people, obviously, in in Spanish countries, in Spanish speaking countries, la familia. Okay, the familia is like basically something that is as ingrained in our blood, in our very existence, as much as religion. Okay, so everywhere that we are making our familia as the most revered religion, even stronger than religion sometimes, in our reality, okay, can we destroy and create all of it, please? Yes? Cool. Right or wrong, good and bad, pom puck on nine shirts, boys and beyonds. So, what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about family and your familial love and your familial relationships that keeps you forever subject to the pain, the agony, the love, the jealousy, the limitations, and the control, okay, that you are experiencing, are you choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and create it all, please? Yes. Por favor. Right, wrong, and in bad, pom, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So let me repeat this one more time. All right. So what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about family, familial love, and familial relationships that keeps you subject to all the anger? Well, I'm going to change this a little bit. Anger, love, fury, hate, guilt, shame, control, insanity, and the limitations that they impose on you, are you choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and create it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Is anyone really feeling it here? Yep, this is what we call family in this reality. And Dane, okay, Dane, the co-founder, okay, of Access Consciousness, he has, a humorous take on the word family. And he made an acronym that stands for, family, which is F stands for fucked up, A and M, mainly, I, interested in, L, limiting, Y, you. Fucked up and mainly interested in limiting you. So how many of your family are more interested in limiting you and stopping you to choose whatever you are going to choose? And that's the main target of their whole life. And that's the main purpose of, of them keeping their relationship with you. So everyone who has a family that are just mainly interested in limiting you, all right, would you like to destroy and create all of it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So some people always ask me the question, so if I'm pot pocking, okay, destroying, creating my family, does it mean that they're going to die? They're not going to exist? No, okay? What you're doing is when you're pot pocking, okay, the relationships with your family, okay, or maybe, you're pot pocking everything that is related to your family. What you're doing is you're destroy and uncreating all the fixed points of views, okay, that you have in regards to your family or in regards to their relationship that doesn't allow something new, some other different possibility to show up. Okay? Am I making myself clear? So you're not pawpawking them out of existence. What you're doing is you're pawpawking all the fixed points of views that are not allowing change to show up. So everywhere that you are not willing to change how the operative state and the relationship dynamics that you have with your family, would you like to destroy and create all of it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pun, puck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Let me just sneeze my nose, just one sec, blow my nose for a second. All right, so I'm back after blowing my nose for a little bit. All right, so what do you love so much about never losing your family that keeps you, all right, always losing you? So one of the things that we do, okay, in our lives, okay, translators, is that we always tend to, give ourselves up for the sake of other people? And how many of you are so used to doing this? Giving yourself up for the sake of other people. So it's the same thing with family. A lot of us, in order to keep our family in our lives, we have to lose us in the process. So how many of you, okay, you can pause me if you want. How many of you how many of you have made it so significant, make it so vital, valuable, and real to keep your families in your life where you just have to lose you? And everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and create it, please? Right or wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And how many of you have been divorcing from your own life, have been divorcing you from your own life in order to keep all those relationships with your family in place? And everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and create it, please? Right or wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So in order to have a sense, okay, like of other people and having all those relationships in place, we have to cut ourselves out and we have to exclude ourselves in the equation, exclude ourselves from our reality, from our own world, in order to make space for these other people that you call your family. Is it really something that you like to do? Or do you really enjoy it? Or are there some other possibilities that you have not considered? So everything that brought up a letdown, can we destroy and create all of it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So how many of you, how many of you have been divorcing yourself from your own life in order to keep all the family members and all the people that you love in your world by making space for them, but never making space for yourself? So everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and create it, please? Right or wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Cool. All right. So besides divorcing yourself, one of the things that we love so much about, that we do so often in families is that we often buy their stuff or their problems, okay, and make it ours and make it our problem so we can find a solution to deal with it. So how many of you have been doing that? Okay, translators, you know what? I'm going to ask you to just pause me because it's very, it kind of disrupts the flow of energy when I have to do this on a recording without seeing you guys. Cool. So how many of you have been buying, okay, your family's problem as yours and dedicating your whole life to solve all these problems for them as though they're your own problems? And everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what people often do, okay, is that, so when we talk about the word buying means aligning and agreeing or resisting and reacting. So every time when you see a problem that you find significant or has somehow any sort of relevance to you, you automatically want to solve it for them. And when you see someone else's problem and you think, oh my gosh, poor person, I should help her or help him, you already bought into the problem. And when you buy into a problem, you make it yours, so it becomes your responsibility to deal with it. All right? So everywhere that we have dedicated our whole life into helping other people by buying into their problems, okay, and as ours, and make it our responsibility to deal with it and even give a solution for them so they can have a way out of their problems without acknowledging that they love having their problems so much so they can whine, they can they can whine about it, they can complain about it, they can make themselves victim, and they can always have a problem, so they don't have to have total choice in life. That way they don't have to acknowledge how powerful and strong that they truly be. Can we just try and create all of that, please? Times a godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. All right. So, how many of you, when we're talking about problems now, how many of you have been buying into your family's financial struggle that has been going on for generations and still making it part of your reality, therefore creating financial struggles in your own life? And everything that is okay, and everywhere that we've been doing that and are still doing it and are still supposed to continue the financial struggles, can we destroy and create all of that, please? Cool. Right and wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So, all right, everywhere in our life that we have been buying into our family's financial struggles or financial problems, including how they look at money, their unease or their lack of ease with money, their scarcity mindset, and all the belief systems such as, oh my gosh, we can't spend, we should save every single penny for, whatever crisis that might come in the way. Or, something like, they have to be frugal because they cannot enjoy money, because enjoying and having money is the biggest sin that you can have, okay? So all those crocs of shit, can we destroy and create all that, please? Now, please? Yes? Right, wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So I'm going to do a clearing, okay? And I'm going to explain it a little bit later. What jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC square? And when I say jails, jail stands for judgments, agendas, inventions, and lies, okay? And then E equals MC square, okay? E is evil, which really is all the unconsciousness and anti-consciousness in the world. Okay, evil equals M stands for mediocrity. C stands for corruption. I'm sure that you guys are probably pretty familiar with the term corruption. And in this case, it stands for something fading out of existence over time, okay? And due to a sort of like structural, central sort of decay, okay? Like, as something is decaying, so they become corrupted. Over time, they will cease to exist. So, all right, so what gels are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC square as all the belief systems, okay, surrounding money that you bought from your family, okay, as the most valuable family legacy that you could ever have, are you choosing? Family legacy. So it's been passed down like generation after over generation. It's still been passing down. So everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and create all of it, please? Right or wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So let's do this one more time. What jails are we using to create the dominance of E equals MC square as the belief systems surrounding money that you bought from your family as the most prized and valuable family legacy are you choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and create it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Ouch, this hurts, right? So I'm going to repeat this again. So, like we repeat certain clearings because sometimes we need to do it several times until the energy goes out, or maybe sometimes, even the first time, when we do it, it sort of brings up an energy, and the second time, the third time, it just becomes stronger and stronger. And, we hope to get you to the point where the charge, okay, the electrical charge that is surrounding this clearing is gone, so you can have more peace with whatever that we just cleared, okay? So you no longer have to be the effect of it. All right. So what gels are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC square as the belief system, okay? The belief system's about money, all right, that you bought from your family as the most prized family legacy are you choosing? And everything that is times I got silly, and can we destroy and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. This is going really strong for you guys, apparently. Yes, I can perceive it across time and space. So what gels are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC square as, okay, the belief systems, okay, like on what is good, what is bad, what, where you should spend your money on, where you shouldn't spend it, okay, why money is good, why money is bad, all of that. So as the belief systems around, surrounding about money that you bought from your family as the most prized family legacy are you choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion, can we destroy and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what do you, okay, so, and everywhere that you love your family so much that you must buy into their limitations as a way to show that you love them. Ouch. Can we destroy and create all of it, please? Times a godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, pom, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Let me just say this one more time. So what do you, so everywhere that you have to buy into your family's limitations is a way to show and prove to them that you love them so dearly. Therefore, you guys have to share the same limitations. Can we destroy and create all of it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pom, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Ouch. So how many limitations have you bought from your family that now no longer serves you, that you can just return all of them to senders with consciousness? And the senders does not have to necessarily have to be your family. It could be, something, could be, someone else, because your family just bought, your family bought these limitations from other people and it got passed to them and they pass it to you, right? So everywhere that we are not will, so can we now return all of those limitations that we have ever bought to senders of consciousness attached, please? Yes? Cool. Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, pock, all night shorts, boys and beyonds. Return to senders with consciousness attached. Everything that doesn't allow that. Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, pock, all night shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, besides financial struggles, sorry, another thing that we can talk about is also, how many of you have been abused, okay, by your family. I don't care whether it's physical or it's emotional or psychological, all right? So how many of you have been physically, mentally, psychologically, and emotionally abused by your family in the name of love, okay? For example, there were people, okay, like I have a sister, okay, who used to, because she doesn't, she had a lot of self-esteem and self-image issues, and she doesn't allow me to wear anything. I know it's a little bit interesting, anything that reveals flash, okay? I'm saying even like, something like sleeveless is not allowed, okay? Tank tops are not allowed, or shorts are not allowed, because she doesn't want to wear it, and she couldn't wear it. In her point of view, she couldn't wear it because she has her own issues. So she's telling me that I can't wear it, and she's doing this. She's telling me that I can't wear all of these, I can't wear clothes that refuse flesh out. By the way, we are not Muslim, okay? So this is totally, yeah, we're not Muslim. We don't wear those, what are those called? Those veils, all right? I can't remember exactly the name. And yep. So I'm like, she told me that I shouldn't wear all of those out. And because she loves me so much and she just wants to protect me from all the bad people, therefore, like, she doesn't allow me to wear anything that doesn't have sleeves or that are shorter, like, above my knees. So, but for a very long time, okay, well, I didn't really exactly buy into this point of view, but I was just thinking in my head, like, why would she actually say something like that? I mean, it's the 21st century. Come on, okay? But when I wear anything, so I tried to wear a sleeveless one time and a sleeveless top, and she saw it, and then she like yanked me aside, and then, well, she almost slapped me. I actually like blocked it, and she said the worst things you can imagine, all right? So that was, okay, seriously, a mental abuse. So, and also the physical constraints, okay, of not allowing me to wear certain things, that's not physical abuse, but it's like physical constraint. Okay, so how many of you have been physically, emotionally, mentally, and psychologically, okay? Oh, and by the way, she guilt tripped me. Guilt tripping is a form of psychological abuse. Okay, so when someone says something in order to instill guilt in you, or in order to shame you, which she also did, she's like, you have no shame. um, so anytime anyone wants to instill shame and guilt in you, that is psychological abuse. All right. So everywhere in our lifetimes, remember I said the word, because when you have your family member, a really big chances you guys are not family for only this lifetime, but you guys have been family for many lifetimes. All right. So all the lifetimes that you have been physically, emotionally, mentally, and psychologically abused by your family, all right, can we now, okay, destroy and create and dissipate, okay, all of these abuse, please, times a godzillion, that have been locked into our infinite being, okay, that I will explain in a bit, and also in our bodies, please? Yes. Okay, everything that doesn't allow that, right, wrong, good and bad, pom, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So, our being. So basically, we have our body, and also we are also an infinite being. Therefore, we can perceive things, okay, across the time and space constraint, or the time and space aspect of this reality, because energy permeates through time and space. When you are being, okay, the infinite being, which is just energy, space, and consciousness. Cool. So, and then a lot of times, we have all these things that have been locked into our being that doesn't allow us to expand and be this infinite space we truly be. All right. So, and we carry, okay, all these information that have been locked in our being, sometimes even like lifetimes after lifetimes, and we make it very significant, and we're still reacting according to all these things that have been locked down like lifetimes before or lifetimes away. So, and sometimes we even lock all of these abuse. For example, now we're talking about abuse. We lock all of it into our body, and it creates pain or tension or some sort of disease or disorder in our body. All right. For example, I have this friend, okay, like nowadays she is seriously, I know this sounds really strange, but she is like psychologically and emotionally abused by her cat, because her cat, she loves her cat really like a lot, but then her cat is always trying to have this like power trip over her. So like, because the cat knows that she loves her, so she's obviously trying to get more, and get more. So recently the cat got sick, and what happened is, the cat wouldn't eat, the cat wouldn't drink water, refused to have medicine, and every day my friend would like try to feed her and try to like pat her, soothe her for hours, and the cat would just like, like barf everything up and go away. And it's been like this for days. And my friend comes to this point of mental breakdown. All right. So, and the cat is still trying. I mean, it's also like the cat is trying to get attention because now, like just yesterday, my friend sent the cat away to her friend so they can both have some space, and the cat doesn't have any problem taking medicines. So the cat was really deliberately doing this to my friend. So, oh, and the point is, okay, because of all of this, okay, like my friend told me that there's this ache, there's this aching and very tight sensation going on in her chest that is affecting her breathing. That is affecting her breathing, okay? So this is how we lock all of these stuff, okay? Whether it's, thoughts, feeling, emotions, sex or no sex judgments, including, all the psychological, physical, mental, and emotional abuse in our body, and let it manifest, show up as something such as pain or tension, okay, or stress or tightness in our chest. So everywhere that we have locked any sort of physical, mental, emotional, and psychological abuse in our being and in our body and in our bodies, can we just now destroy and create all of it, please? Yes, right, wrong, good and bad, poem, pock, all nine shirts, boys and beyonds. And sorry for my hair. I like really don't care at this point. So, is anyone feeling any lighter right now? Right now, cool. So, now, okay, let us do a little exercise. Let's really close our eyes a little bit, and yep, close your eyes. Relax. Take a deep breath in from the top of your head all the way to those cute little, all the way down to the cute little toes of yours. Cool. Breathe in more and relax your entire body. Great. Now, really feel every single molecule, every single cell in your body. Expand from the very core of your body. Now fill up every single molecule, every cell in your body until it's dancing and feeling more alive. Cool. Now, yes, expand out in all directions, all directions. All right. Fill up this entire, wherever you are, the room that you are, the house that you're in, the building that you're in. Expand out, go out in every single direction. Great. Now fill up the entire neighborhood that you're in. Awesome. Now fill up the entire city you're in, whether you're in Bogota, whether you are in some other cities, whether you are in Guayaquil, I don't know, whether you're in Madrid, Barcelona, I have no clue. Fill up the entire city. Now keep going, don't stop, okay? All right, go all directions, expand out towards your entire country. Great, entire continent. Cool, keep going, keep going, keep going, all directions. Now expand out, towards the entire planet. Awesome. Now expand now in all directions, now beyond the planet. And keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going into the space of the solar system. Great. Now keep going, 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 going beyond the solar system. Very good. All right. And some of you, or actually most of you, have no idea where you are. You can't really define the space. You can't really define any location. Great. This is naturally who you be. The energy, space, and consciousness that is everywhere. That is everywhere, that you cannot really define or confine. So everywhere that we have been trying to define and confine us as a sum total of our body, our personality, and our life, can we now destroy and create all of it, please? Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, poc, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. And some of you might feel a little bit dizzy, and this is great because the whole life you've been trying to live in this contracted, solidified space that is not real for you. And the moment you break free of this contracted, solidified space, you and your body's like, yay, so much better. And now, but I don't know where I am. And there are no reference points. You know, like how many of you have been using reference points in your entire life to define who you are, what you are, where you are, why you're here, how you are, and who, what, when, and when, okay? All the who, what, when, where, why, and how for you. When is like, how old are you, okay, for example. So everything that is times a gazillion, can we destroy and create it, please? All the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Yes? Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what jails are we using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared about all the who, what, when, where, why, and how you are that you're using to define the you think is you, but it actually isn't truly you, are you choosing? So you think, you know, there is a certain person or there's a certain space you think that you are that actually isn't you because it's so much smaller and lesser than the true you, are you choosing? And everything that is times a gazillion, can we destroy and create a place? Yes, right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I am loving this space, man. All right. Cool. And everywhere that you are using, okay, your the perceptions and judgments your families have of you as a way to define you. For example, your family thinks that, oh, you're the youngest daughter or you're the eldest son of the family, or, you know, they think that you should be doing whatever your dad has been doing, like, you know. So everywhere that we have been trying to define ourselves through the judgments and the projections and the points of views of our and the expectations of our family as a way, yes, to define us through all of that, can we now destroy and create all of it, please? Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what would it take to have the real you who isn't defined and confined by anything or anyone's points of views and judgments, that you can finally enjoy and create a life that is filled with ease, joy, and glory? And everything doesn't allow that. Right, wrong, good, and bad, pom, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Cool. All right, great. So, you know, before ending this little Zoom open thing, I'm also going to talk about, you know, the upcoming classes. So you know, I'm going to do a foundation and also a body class in Bogota, and which will be tomorrow, which is the 11th of October, and all the way to 14th of October. That will be the foundation. And in the foundation class, you know, we're going to do more of whatever we just did. It's just a little taste of really letting go of all of the limitations and everywhere that you're trying to stop yourself from creating, including on the judgments that people have of you and the ones that you create yourselves, because there's such a thing called self-judgment that you use to stop yourself from choosing more. All right. And we're also going to give you more tools, okay, to play with, to start creating a life that works for you. All right. And there are topics that includes gaslighting, which is one of my favorite. It's like the psychological abuse I kind of briefly talked about. And we also clear a lot of stuff in regards to family. And we clear things about like money, creating financial awareness, okay, getting ourselves out of, functioning from destructive implants, which is what most Latinos and Latinas really love, going to the emotions of things, such as, oh, I'm so happy right now, I feel great. Oh, I'm so sad right now, I can't do anything. How to get you out of that place so you can always be creating 24/7. All right. And give you more tools so you can practice this muscle of asking, being in question. All right. So we also talk about the 10 commandments in Access, which, and we call them the 10 keys to freedom. Because if you're willing to use it, you wouldn't really have any problems anymore in your life. Sounds magical, isn't it? Yep. So that would be foundation. And then, we also have, I believe, the 3-day body class, okay, it's a really cool and also nurturing class that takes you to another level of receiving, and especially receiving with your body. Because in this reality, the body is regarded as a very invaluable thing that is always getting in our way. We always have problems with it. But what if we don't have to have problems with our body? What if our body is our greatest companion that we can be in communion with, that we can create something with, okay, all the time without looking at it as a burden? And we can also unlock the capacities and the powers that your body has, and not only healing itself, but also in you being the healer that the world is asking for. Are you willing to be that for the world? Okay, so that's the body class. And I believe we also have a class on X-Men. So a lot of people are really interested what the X-Men is. The thing is, so X-Men, for those of you who have already watched some of the movies, you might know what they are. So they're a mutation of species of mankind that has special powers that other people, we call them the normal humans, okay, have no idea about. So, we target, say nowadays there are so many kids with all those diagnosis labels, such as, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, ADHD, autism, okay, dyslexia, borderline, all of those, like depression even, okay, and OCD. What are they? Are they really disabilities, or maybe they're just abilities that we don't really know, okay, we don't have access to? And it's like, whatever we've made wrong for so long, that is something that's right about us that we have not acknowledged. It's like everything that we have made so wrong about us for a very long time, but that is the right thing of us that we have not acknowledged. Can we now destroy and create it? Right, wrong, and a bad, pom pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And okay, one more. We do have a class, an intro on, it's under the specialty program also called Wealth Creators Anonymous, where it's like for people who are willing to choose and have money. So we let go of a lot of points of views, especially all the insanity surrounding money. Okay. And we start, using the tools and using everything that we have to our advantage to create a life that is abundant and wealthy. All right. So if you don't like money, don't worry, don't come to this class. That's all. But if you really would like to have a totally different, or, have a totally different financial reality, or if you want more ease with money, then you might want to consider this class. Okay. So it's a Wealth Creators Anonymous intro. And, regarding the dates of the X-Men intro and the Wealth Creators Anonymous intro, please ask our beautiful host, Anna Alicia Garcia, and she will let you know. All right. So thank you very much. And very sorry for the inconvenience for me not being able to come here, which, it's the whole time I'm like, what's right about this? I'm not getting. And I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. And thank you so much for the translators working with me like this, all right, in this capacity. And, I can't do this live because because our scheduled open time is basically I'm actually going to be on a flight right now. As you're watching this, I'm actually on a plane. So love you guys. See you guys soon. All right. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a nice day or have a nice evening. See you tomorrow if I'm going to see you in person. Okay. Bye.